For this enrichment lesson, we are going to be looking at reflection. So it's working on the coordinate plane just a step further. We're going to look at reflecting over the x-axis and the y-axis. So first, we are looking at reflecting over the x-axis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that I'm reflecting over the x-axis so that I know that I do it correctly and I'm reflecting over the correct axis. And then I'm also going to highlight the x-axis on my graph here. What that means, when I'm talking about a reflection, it's like a mirror image, right? It's kind of flipping around. What I see in the mirror is a little bit different than what you would see looking at me. So when we're flipping over the x-axis, since we're flipping over this line right here, anything that's below flips above, and anything that's above flips below. So step one is we're going to count the distance from one point to the x-axis, and then we're going to place a new point for step two on the opposite side of the x-axis, the same distance away. So that's key, same distance away. And that is the order, then we're going to write the ordered pair for that reflected point. So starting with A, we wrote the original value, -4, 5. So I'm going to count how far it is to get to the x-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to go below 1, and be careful because it's hard to see, there's a line right there. 1, 2, and if you want to draw a line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our reflected value is right here, and I'm going to put a little tick mark next to it to show that it's the reflected point. And then the ordered pair for that. First we go right and left, so it's -4 to the left, and it's -5 because it's down 5. So it's to the left 4, down 5. For B, we have our original points at -2, -3. This time it's below the x-axis, so I'm going to count above. 1, 2, 3 to get to the axis, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 above. That ordered pair is at -2 to the left and 3 up, so +3. And then C, our original value is 2, -5. It's right here. It's below the x-axis, so I'm going to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to the axis, so I'm going to go 5 above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That new ordered pair is 2 to the right, so +2, 5 up, so +5. So as I said before, the points flip up and down. A was above, now it's below. B was below, now it's above. C was below, now it's above. So the point flips up and down. But one thing you might notice if we look at this, we were reflecting over the x-axis. And if we remember, our ordered pair goes x, y, x, y. And you look at your x values, you might notice that the x values stayed exactly the same. -4, -4, -2, -2, 2 and 2. So our new ordered pair is the same x value, but if we look at the y's, 5 became -5, -3 became +3, -5 became +5. So we didn't just add negatives to them, they became the opposite. Positive to negative, negative to positive, negative to positive. So the ordered pair for the reflected image, reflected point, is going to be the same x and the opposite y. So x is the same, y becomes the opposite if we use a negative to denote that. So let's reflect a few points here. We have our original ordered pairs. For H, we are reflecting over the x-axis, so I'm going to highlight here to make sure I don't miss it, and highlighting the axes here. So So we're going from below to above. So I'm counting, it went 1, 2, 3, 4 below. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 above. That new ordered pair, either I can do it by looking at the graph. It's at -4 and +4. Or again, remember, our x values should stay the same. Our y values should become the opposite. So -4 stayed -4, and then for y, the -4 became +4. All right, for E, we're at 0 because it didn't go anywhere left or right, and 3. So it's 3 above. I'm going to mark it 1, 2, 3 below. So that new ordered pair, either I can look at it on here, it didn't go anywhere right or left, so 0. And it went down 3, so -3. Or if we look at it, our x value stayed the same, our y value became the opposite. 3 became -3. And the last one, y is 1, 2 above, so it's going to go 1, 2 below. That new ordered pair, it's 5 to the right, so that's +5, and it's 2 down, which is -2. X stayed the same, y became the opposite. So knowing that rule, we can actually reflect ordered pairs without even looking at a graph. So if I'm reflecting over the x-axis, I know my x value stays the same. So -10 will stay -10, 8 will stay 8, and our y values become the opposite. 7 becomes -7, -11 becomes +11. So that was with the x-axis. Let's look at it with the y-axis. So this time I'm highlighting the y-axis, which is our vertical axis. Same exact procedure. We're counting the distance, putting the new point on the opposite side, the same distance away. So if I'm plotting these points, starting with A, this time instead of going up and down, we're going right and left. Since this one's to the left, we're going to move it to the right. So it goes over 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. That new point, since it's 4 over, is at +4. And it's 5 up, +5. Let's do the same thing for B. So our point is to the left. It's at 2 to the left. So we're going to go 2 to the right. That new point is at 2 to the right, which is +2, and 3 down, so -3. And then C. C is to the right, so we're going to flip it to the left. It's 1, 2 to the right, so we're going to go 1, 2 to the left. That ordered pair, since it's 2 to the left, is at -2, and it's at 5 down, so -5. So as we said, instead of going up and down, it goes left and right. So the point flips left and right. Then we can also look at this carefully, just like we did on the front, but this time I'm going to look at the y values. Remembering our ordered pairs go x, y, x, y. So since we were flipping over the y, let's look at our y values here. We had 5, it stayed 5. We had -3, it stayed -3. We had -5, it stayed -5. What we should notice is our x values are the ones that became the opposite. -4 became +4, -2 became +2, +2 became -2. So in this case, it's the opposite x value and the same y. So when you flip over the x, x stays the same, y becomes the opposite. When you flip over the y, y stays the same, x becomes the opposite. So if we were writing it as an ordered pair, it would be the opposite of x, y. So let's practice here. Reflect the following points over the y-axis. So again, so I don't make mistakes, highlighting that we're doing it over the y. Starting with D. D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, so I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right. That new ordered pair is at 6, 2. For O, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, which is at 4 to the right, which is positive, 3 down, which is negative. And the last one, G. G is 1 to the right, so I'm going to move it 1 to the left, which is at -1, +4. Again, we should be double checking. Our y values should be the same. Our x values should be the opposite. So 2 stayed 2, -3 stayed -3, 4 stayed 4. -6 became +6, -4 became +4, 1 became -1. And then the last one here, reflecting the ordered pairs over the y-axis without using a coordinate plane. So we are reflecting over y, so I'm highlighting my y's because those values should stay the same. 7 should stay 7, -9 should stay -9, x becomes the opposite. 12 becomes -12, -14 becomes -14. All right, and that is it.